Hello, so this video is about buying things from AliExpress and Alibaba. You may have heard of these websites. They're budget, cheap Chinese websites for buying everyday goods, everything from consumer electronics through to clothes at discount prices. But there are a couple of things to look out for, a couple of things that I was a little bit skeptical about before I made my first purchase on AliExpress, and hopefully this video will set a few of those things straight. So I've ordered probably about 20 things from AliExpress over the last year. I bought a steering wheel cover, I bought an Arduino robot set, I bought a cuddly toy. It sounds like the Generation game, this does, doesn't it? I've also bought Apple Watches from there, cheap Apple Watches, and I'll link down below for my review of those cheap Apple Watches. And I bought an LED light bulb, which I was a little bit scared about because you have to plug it into the mains supply, and I've heard these cheap ones are a little bit, if they're badly manufactured or they're not manufactured with safety in mind, they could be very, very dangerous. So that's a risk, and ordinarily I wouldn't advise buying that sort of thing. But in general, I bought a lot of things off AliExpress, and I've been happy with 90% of them, and the prices have been very, very competitive, even though they've been sent from China. There are a couple of things to look out for. Firstly, not all the prices on there are good value. You have to sort by price, and you can search for quite some time to find the right keywords. Obviously, English may not be the first language for a lot of the people selling on AliExpress, so you have to try a few different keywords to find the items that you want, and maybe look at the recommended listings when you're looking at a current listing to see if there's any cheaper suggestions. And also look around on English websites as well, or American websites, to make sure that you are actually getting a good price, because they are not all good. There are a number of things like the Apple Watch which are copying branded things, and indeed the GoPro thing that I've bought. There are a lot of things like that on there, and they say that they give the impression that the item is identical, and generally the quality of them will not be as high as the official goods that you would buy in the UK. But as long as you know that, as long as you're buying something without the expectation that you're buying a super high quality thing, then you really can't go wrong. And there are definitely a number of things on AliExpress that you could go to your local Maplins or PC World and pick up exactly the same thing and no worse quality for a lot more money. So there are definitely a lot of bargains to be had. It looks like when you buy things from AliExpress, they don't incur duty in this country because they don't put the value that you've paid for them on the packages. That's nothing to do with me. That's just what these Chinese sellers appear to be doing. But it's worth knowing. I did buy one item on AliExpress that was damaged when I received it, but I opened a dispute on the sort of claims thing on the AliExpress website, and it was rectified by the seller immediately, and I got I think a full or partial refund, which I was happy with. In terms of delivery, most items that I've ordered, I think the maximum delay I've had is 2 weeks from hitting buy to receiving it through the letterbox. But I have had items arrive in as quickly as 1 week, which is pretty good. I mean, sometimes you can buy things from the UK and they don't arrive as quickly as that. They all seem to arrive in trademark packaging. I'm not entirely sure why, but they always come in sort of yellow wrapped packages. Every single item, even though I bought them from different sellers. So I'm not really sure what that's about. So really, I've got nothing but praise for AliExpress, as long as you're happy to wait like a week or 2 weeks for your item to arrive. If you have any questions about buying from AliExpress or Alibaba, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them. I'll either do a follow-up video or I'll answer your comment directly.